Governor Sanwo-Olu unveils state-of-the-art sickle cell center at Lagos State University Teaching Hospital. Police Service Commissioner appoints Yahaya Abubakar as Deputy Inspector General, promotes 122 others. On the Foreign, Cuba assures resident of safety ahead Russian vessels' arrival in Havana. In sport, Akwa Ibom State Governor declares stadium's popular stands open for fans to cheer Eagles during match against South Africa. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has inaugurated a state-of-the-art sickle cell center at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, LASUTH, donated by the Office of the Senior Special Assistant on Sustainable Development Goals. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who commended the initiative by the Office of Sustainable Development Goals and LASUTH management and staff, said it would foster greater awareness and deeper understanding of sickle cell and reduce infant mortality index in the country.
Work together at the national, at the sub-national, and even at the local government level. We can achieve a lot more together. We can achieve a lot more working collaboratively, ensuring that at all times that the best piece is put forward on the job. I would like to therefore acknowledge the collaborative efforts of the Lagos State Government, the Office of SGD, with the President, but more importantly, the collaboration that we've seen with the management and the staff of LASUTH.
Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals, Adejoke Orelope Adefolire, noted that the World Health Organization declared that the sickle cell disease is a global public health concern and encouraged countries with high disease burden to establish newborn screening programs to detect affected children early and apply evidence-based interventions for a better outcome.
Our own intervention in critical areas to support programs and that this is what we are here to commission doing. We request that I lost my immediate junior sister at the age of 29 to 67 for many years. I got traumatized and the trauma still needs to do. And that also contributes to why this project must be prevented, and I promise that we will do more for Lagos State and do in many other states.
Minister of Health and Social Welfare Tunji Alausa describes the provision of the center as a significant milestone in an effort to combat communicable diseases and find positive outcomes for the health system, reiterating the commitment of the Bola Tinubu administration to provide robust infrastructure in collaboration with state to deliver quality healthcare to Nigerians. Earlier in his welcome address, Chief Medical Director of LASUTH, Adetokunbo Fabanwu, who commended the Office of Sustainable Development Goals for the donation, noted that LASUTH has been able to attract public-private partnerships with immense benefit to residents of the state. Fabanwu also expressed appreciation to Governor Sanwo-Olu for his administration support, especially subsidizing open heart surgery for 50 Lagosians, hoping for more. Our correspondent, Adiola Akinele, quotes the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals, Adejoke Orelope Adefolire, note that approximately 1 in 4, or 25% of Nigerians, carry sickle cell gene, meaning that about 50 million people can transmit the gene to their children. Hence, the establishment of the center as a one-step center to achieve positive outcomes. The Lagos State government has enjoined motorists to ensure proper registration and documentation of their vehicles, as well as replacement of defective or damaged number plates. Speaking in an interview, the Director, Licensing and Records, Motor Vehicle Administration Agency, MVAA, Ronke Joshua, said there are 59 vehicle registration, licensing and record centers across the 5 divisions of the state. Joshua, who urged motorists and vehicle owners to visit any of the centers, warned against patronizing tout. She speaks more on the registration process.
We pin a form, come along with a custom document, utility bill, valid ID card, and receipt of the vehicle. And if it has to be a corporate vehicle, you have to come along with your CAC to do that. After you must have fulfilled that first step, then you take it back to the registration officer to have the valid authenticity and genuineness of the documents. After they must have certified that one, that everything is okay, they will now be given one of the approved banks in Lagos State to go and pay in with the code being generated by Alpha Beta. They'll go back to our office, showing the account teller and the Alpha Beta receipt. So with that, they will now be issued whatever you need of.
Joshua will tell that the agency has a dedicated unit for those that have registered but their number plate have faded, saying that a new plate would be issued in a minimum of 3 days after completing the necessary requirements. The Lagos State government has promised continuous provision, reliable and efficient transportation to ease movement of Lagosians in the state. Commissioner for Transportation Oluwaseun Oshiyemi stated this during a wellness walk with Lagos Bus Service Limited to celebrate 5 years since its existence. Oshiyemi urged staff of the agency to act more stronger, do things efficiently and ensure that the agency's ultimate services are top-notch.
So transportation is extremely important in the scheme of things in any nation. And what we also try to do at Lagos State is to try and move people in numbers by using high capacity buses. And one of which is what we're doing now. We are one of the operators, ensuring that that part of our agenda is being met. Because we have an ever-growing number in Lagos when it comes to operation.
In his keynote address, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Transportation, Olawale Musa, said the agency is keen to provide smart and sustainable bus transportation solution to meet the needs of a modern city, while also appreciating the staff for quality service delivery since inception. Oguntona noted that during its launch in 2019, earlier in his welcome address, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Lagos Bus Services Limited, Idowu Oguntono, said the agency provides mobility for over 6,000 Lagos residents daily and has moved over 52 million passengers since 2019. Oguntono noted that during its launch in 2019, the agency started with 50 buses but has expanded to 300 buses plying different routes in the state, and has well covered 27 million kilometers in the last 5 years.
Commemorate, this milestone. 5 years in the life of any organization, any individual is not a small thing. But all of this, I can say, it is as a result of the policy of the government of Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu in ensuring that there is a sustainable, and well-integrated multimodal public transportation, which we are playing into the road connection of that multimodal integrated public transportation.
The walk, which started from Oshodi through Anthony and back to the office premises, had various stakeholders and partners in attendance, as well as health check for members of staff. And now to the rest of the stories. The Police Service Commission, PSC, has approved the appointment of Assistant Inspector General Police Yakaya Abubakar as Deputy Inspector General Police. Abubakar was until his appointment the AIG in charge of Zone 14, Katsina. The PSC says it will represent the Northeast in the police management team, replacing DIG Habu Sani, who recently retired as DIG Force Intelligence Bureau and representing the zone. The Commission also approved the promotion of 122 other senior police officers, 10 commissioners of police, to the next rank of AIGs, 15 deputy commissioners of police to substantive commissioners. It also elevated 36 assistant commissioners of police to deputy commissioners, 61 chief superintendent to police to assistant commissioners of police. In foreign news now, Cuban officials have announced that 4 Russian vessels, including a nuclear-powered submarine, will arrive in Havana next week. Cuba's Ministry of Foreign Affairs assures that their presence does not represent a threat to the region. Rather, it corresponds with the historical friendly relations between Cuba and the Russian Federation and strictly adheres to the international regulations. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin suggests that Moscow can take steps if Western countries like Germany and the United States are to supply Ukraine with weapons that are used on Russian soil. Putin claims that the use of advanced missile technology will be tantamount to participation in Russia's war with Ukraine. In sport now, ahead the Super Eagles and Bafana South Africa 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier tonight. Akwa Ibom State Governor Omo Eno has declared a partial open gate to allow a number of fans across the stadium to cheer the national team. The Super Eagles of Nigeria will take on the Bafana of South Africa at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, Akwa Ibom. Early organizers of the match had pegged tickets at 3,000 naira for VIP state box and 1,000 naira for the popular stands. Governor Eno's move throws gates for the popular stand open while the state's box retains its 3,000 naira access value. And that's it on the news at 4. But just before we go, always slow down at road junctions, intersections, and pedestrian crossing. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X, Traffic Radio 961. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube. Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website at trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration organized a forum for women across the 57 local government and local council development areas in the state with a view to enhancing their productivity and economic growth? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has inaugurated a state-of-the-art sickle cell center at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, Lasof, donated by the Office of the Senior Special Assistant on Sustainable Development Goals. The Police Service Commission, PSC, has approved the appointment of Assistant Inspector General of Police Yahya Abubakar as Deputy Inspector General of Police. We also told you that Cuban officials have announced that 4 Russian vessels, including a nuclear-powered submarine, will arrive in Havana next week. Finally, in sport ahead, the Super Eagles and Bafana of South Africa 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier tonight. Akwa Ibom State Governor Eno Umo has declared a partial open gate to allow a large number of fans access the stadium to cheer the national team. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Iduwalaya. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.